Hi, I'm Amy Sleba, a registered dietitian nutritionist specializing in gut health and intuitive eating. My goal is to help people feel better and manage their conditions with the power of nutrition. In my practice, I partner with Wendy Bussey to provide nutrition counseling and support to patients going through her Rebuild Food Tolerance course. And I want to share a bit with you now about this course and who might benefit from it. As a dietitian, I know the very important role that nutrition plays in our health. There are lots of diet changes that can have specific, tangible benefits for someone's health. Diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, we can see clear connections between controlling certain nutrients, getting just the right amount of carbohydrates, potassium, fiber, and beneficial health outcomes. Then there are other conditions like irritable bowel syndrome and other gut issues, as well as unspecified conditions where perhaps there's a constellation of symptoms with no clear diagnosis or a poorly understood diagnosis. In these conditions, the role of diet can still play a role in health and symptom management. But with tricky and persistent symptoms, there's usually more at play than just diet. This space that I've just described, with the tricky, persistent, seemingly mysterious symptoms, is where making diet changes can turn into a slippery slope. So how does this happen? Let's take a look. First, diet changes often focus on cutting out individual foods or whole food groups. And then, since diet is rarely the sole source of the symptoms in cases like this, it can be hard to tell if cutting out the foods is actually helping or not. Maybe you feel a little better, or maybe on some days it seems to be working and on other days not at all. So you keep going. You wonder if maybe you should do more. You cut out a few more foods. Then maybe you notice that even safe foods are now starting to be triggers. And this is where all-out confusion and frustration can set in. Does any of this sound familiar? If so, then keep listening, because the Rebuild Food Tolerance course could be just what you need. The good news is that you can stop this food restriction spiral by taking a step back and looking at things from a different perspective. Okay, so I just want to preface, I'm going to talk a little bit about the mind-body connection right now. And I suspect that for some of you that might be triggering. Perhaps you've been told that your symptoms are all in your head, that they're not real. I absolutely hate it when people are told that, because most often it's done in a really dismissive way and with zero other help offered. It's the kind of thing that's said when someone can't find a way to help you, but for whatever reason, they don't just say, I wish I could help you, but what's going on with you is outside of my scope of practice and understanding. Even that is still not the best statement ever, because you were hoping that they could help you, but it's still much better than hearing it's all in your head. So back to the mind-body connection. It's true that our brains, our minds, they're part of our bodies and they're involved in our physical symptoms. So again, this can sound like bad news if it's told in a blamey way. It's your own fault, just stress less and your symptoms will be better. But this can also be the best news ever, especially for those who have been through tons of tests, medication courses, and various other interventions to help their symptoms. It's amazing to know that you can use your own brain to help lessen your physical symptoms. The Rebuild Food Tolerance course takes a look at multiple and mysterious food sensitivities from this lens. The first few modules help you understand this new perspective on food sensitivities, and the rest of the course walks you through different strategies to lessen your sensitivities. The course on its own is fantastic. And for anyone for whom this prospect of ending this restrictive diet spiral feels daunting, having the guidance and support of a dietitian familiar with this approach can be a game changer. So if you're curious about the Rebuild Food Tolerance course and working with me, please reach out to me using my website, amysleba.com. I'll drop the link below and I'd love to hear from you.